If you watched the last couple videos, you know that I'm out here pretty much close to everything. I got a couple national parks pretty close by, national forests super close by, BLM land everywhere. Unfortunately, the next 2 days are my days off, and it's supposed to be pouring rain. We're gonna make the best of it though. Today, since it's pouring rain and it's like a Tuesday, I figured the best thing to do would be to go finally check out Bryce Canyon National Park. I've got my friend Kayla with me. She works at the restaurant and lives here on site in an RV as well. We might not get to do all the hikes that we want to do, but we're gonna go up there and make the best of it and hope that no one's there, since the weather is super rainy and hopefully kind of cold up there. Either way, it's gonna be a sweet adventure. The thing I love about rainy weather, cold weather, things like that, when you live in a truck camper or any sort of vehicle, you usually end up seeing these national parks on days when no one else is there. You see them in ways that most people choose not to see them, because most people that are on vacation and stuff like that choose not to go to these parks on rainy days like this. So either way, this video is going to end somewhere out in the wilderness, living some good old-fashioned proper truck camper life over a fire and hopefully some gumbo. It's time to fire up the old Dodge and go live some good old-fashioned proper truck camper life, and we'll see where this day takes us. It was really rainy and muddy and horrible like this whole time, but the sun just finally came out and there's no one here, just like I said. So we've got pretty much this whole hike to ourselves. The weather's perfect. This was a great decision. No regrets at all. You know, dude, I didn't have like high expectations for this park. I've always seen it on YouTube and like it looks super small, but my God, so cool, so vast. And I'm sure that it doesn't look that way in the camera at all, but I'm super stoked that I came here, especially on this day in the rain with no one here. Well, there's been kind of a change of plans. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the forest tonight. After driving out of the park and it started pouring rain, I just decided to kind of check, which is a good thing to do, is always check. I've got a water leak, guys. It doesn't look like it's been going on for that long. It looks like it literally just happened today. I don't see any rotted wood or anything like that. It's in the worst, it's in the most common place, in the front window. That's why everybody says don't get a truck camper with a front window, but in Nebraska, my options were a little bit limited, and I sealed it. So I guess I'm gonna have to seal it again, but now it's a total mess, which isn't a big deal. These things happen. It's part of the life. So I'm in the process of taking this mattress out, which is a huge pain. But there's your front window right there. I'll go in a little closer in a little bit once I get this bed out, but in that bottom right corner right there is where it puddled up, but it's actually leaking right there from the window down. All right, so now I got the mattress out. We're up in the front bed area. So here's the window up by the front bed. And right here, I don't know if you can see it, but there's water pooled up right here in this corner. I guess I'm gonna have to probably go outside and look at the outside and just see. So from this corner, it clearly leaked down to here. And that's where it pooled up. I guess I'll check on that side too. So this feels, yeah, a little bit wet right there. That's not from the window. Again, it's all super solid. So this clearly just happened today, which is great. This is why you check your truck camper or any RV that you have when it rains a lot. If I wouldn't have caught this today, then it would have turned into mold, and then it would have just sat there and turned into rot. And then you got to replace your truck camper. So we're going to let it air out. I'm going to turn my diesel heater on. Probably open some windows. And then I guess I'm going to see what to do about this. The thing is like I'm out here in the middle of nowhere, Utah. So I already looked on Amazon to get the sealant that I need. And today is Tuesday, and I don't think the sealant is going to be able to come in until Friday, since I'm way out in the middle of nowhere. So I think I found it. This was covered, but it was like pretty much, I mean, it's pretty loose. So I'm pretty sure that's the spot. I did see like some vulnerable spots. Obviously, this is a 91, so, you know, it's old. My friend James, he lives here at the campground too and works with me. He's gonna pour some water on there, and then I'm gonna get inside and just look and just make sure that I located the leak. That's exactly it, dude. That's exactly where the leak is. Thank goodness I had other people here. Yeah, I think the butyl tape will work, you know, for like 3 or 4 days, dude.
Yeah, make a cross out of it. You'll understand when you see it.
Yeah. Thank you, man. Well, guys, this is why you check your truck camper when it rains or snows or pretty much anything. Like I said, I spent days resealing everything on this camper. And I mean, I put even like double and triple coats in a lot of the vulnerable places. And just, I don't know, probably 6 months down the road, I've already got a vulnerable spot in that corner of the window. So I'm really glad that I checked. Still got to go into the park. I am back here at the barn, and I took the mattress out. Obviously, the camper is a complete mess now, and there's not really much I can do except for give it time. I do have some butyl tape, I think, somewhere, so I'm gonna see if I can pull that out and maybe stuff that corner with some butyl tape in the meantime. I can't get the stuff in that I ordered until like Friday, so it kind of sucks. I was planning on going out to some sweet BLM land and having a fire and cooking some gumbo. But I'm very happy that I caught this when I did. This is the good thing about living by a barn for the summer. Got my mattress airing out on the tractor. It's pouring rain, and there's no room in the camper now that it's all messed up, so. Okay, well, that wasn't very long. It's already started to pour rain again, so I'm just gonna put the butyl tape on it and just hope for the best. I wanted to let that spot kind of dry out, but today is not the day, so we're gonna put some butyl tape over it and hopefully that'll just prevent any more water getting in. Not the best, but hopefully it'll get the job done. This will have to do for a couple days. It's all I got. I have it stuffed way down into that gap, so I originally wanted to be out at some BLM land or somewhere pretty by a river right now, cooking by a fire, living some good old-fashioned sweet proper truck camper life. But as the day continued on, it seemed like that was probably not going to happen. The cool thing is I talked to the camp host here and they said that I can go pull my truck camper up by one of their river spots and cook out there. So gumbo night is not canceled. We're still gonna go light a fire, cook some sweet food, and live a little bit of good old-fashioned proper truck camper life. Might not be out in the middle of BLM land or in a national forest or whatnot, but technically we're still right by the Dixie National Forest and we're still by a river. And so we're gonna end this on a good note. Well, at least we don't have far to go. Not a bad spot, dude. pretty hard to get that fire started. There was one time in Washington where I did a fire in the rain and it poured all night, and I was with another buddy, and the only way that we were able to keep the fire going all night is you just keep piling wood on top of the fire, and what happens is it dries like in layers. It'll dry like the first layer above it and the other one's still getting rained on, so then you put another layer on, and then by the time that one's kind of dry, you put another layer on, and it just keeps drying it from the bottom so that it stays lit when it's just like consistently getting rain poured on it. So I guess we'll see. This has been kind of a crazy day, guys. Full of adventure and setbacks, but we're gonna see if we can't still cook over a fire yet. It's still going, so I guess we'll just see what happens. On to the next step. Truck camper life. Absolutely perfect, dude. Absolutely perfect. I know I usually like to end these camp and cooks with a little chat, but it's been like a super long day. And what a day that it was. I mean, starts off pouring rain. I don't know if I'm gonna go hike in the park. And then me and Kayla, we made it anyway, and it stopped raining, and what an amazing park. Oh my gosh. I did not expect that at all. It always looked kind of small and lame on YouTube, but such a vast, just beautiful. It looked like a city. Just a city of the most beautiful rocks, and no one was there. So what a pleasure that was. What a blessing to just be able to hike through that park with very minimal crowds. And then right after that, just finding a leak, a really big leak in the front of the camper, and then trying to fix that leak as it continued pouring rain and failing several times. And then finally, I think I've got it to stop. I'm not sure. The heater is going, as you can probably hear. I'm gonna try to edit that out so you can hear what I'm saying, but I've got the heater blasting and my fan on exhaust blasting to try to just keep that as dry as possible. But yeah, what a crazy day. And then all of that taking up time. And so I was about ready to call it for the day. Really, probably was gonna scratch the video because I always like to end it with a really good meal on things like this, and just powering through, being able to get this really great spot. I know it's not out in the middle of the woods or on BLM land or anything like that, but it is still a free spot because the camp host of the campground that I stay in said I could take it, and they charge a lot of money for this spot. It's right next to the river. Man, we made the best of it today. We killed it. And the gumbo turned out perfect. It's like 5 days in one. And that's what I love about living in a vehicle. That's how it's always been. It does get very exhausting sometimes when just so much happens. One thing after another just keeps happening, but there's just always something going on. And that's what I love. It's never boring when you live in a vehicle. There's always something, you know. If you think that your life is boring, if you're tired of having nothing to do, if you find yourself like, oh, I wonder what I'm gonna do, live in a vehicle. You will always have something to do. And whether that's a good thing or a bad thing is up to you, but I'll tell you what, I'm grateful to always have something to do every day. It beats having nothing to do. And even if sometimes it sucks, sometimes it's rough or a problem or something, I'm super grateful to always have something to do, always have something going on. And as you can see today, some days an entire day starts off super low, goes crazy high, goes super low again. And tonight we ended it on a good note. I don't even know how I'm going to edit this video because none of this was planned out this way, but this is truly one of the highs and lows of a typical day if you live in a truck camper or a van or any sort of a vehicle. And like I said, I love it and I'm super grateful. I think I'm just gonna sit here for the rest of the night and enjoy this fire for the next hour or two. My friend John might come down. That'd be super nice to shoot the breeze with him. But I don't think I'm gonna film it. I think that'll probably be the end of this. I'm just gonna try to relax after such a crazy day. And I think that about wraps this one up. Way she goes, I suppose. If you made it this far in the video, then chances are you're probably into this kind of stuff. So make sure you like and subscribe so you don't miss out on the next one. And keep on living that dream. And if you haven't found that dream yet, don't stop looking for it. You never know where it might be. You might even find that it's living down by the river in a truck camper, eating gumbo in the pouring rain somewhere out in Utah. So thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next one.